Okay, the second method we are going to discuss is called a line transect in vegetation analysis, which is going to be combined with a quadrat. So I would like to demonstrate how the two are combined. And unlike the previous one, which we have just looked at, which I called random analysis, this one is called systematic analysis. Systematic because there is a prior information on how you're going to look at that population. Unlike random, where you don't decide, but the quadrat just falls anywhere. So in this case, what we do, Samuel, you can help me place this. We are going to use a string. Just use one head. One head. Yeah. Yes. Place it there. So you place your string along a certain gradient. You place your string along a certain gradient which you want to study. Like now we want to study this vegetation. Say we go 50 meters, but we may not go 50 meters. You're going like 20 meters. So we go like 20 meters. So using this, when we place the 20 meter length or a 50 meter line transect, let's say this is passing through there along the vegetation. You know this is the vegetation we are studying, and therefore what you do, you say that you're going to use a quadrat after every 10 meters. So using a meter rule like this one, let's see. I'll go for example, 10 meters. Say there. Say even, let me... Here? Yes. Yeah. So 10 meters from here. So what we do is that using a line transect and the quadrat, both of them can be used. You leave it there now. Go back so that you... so using this quadrant, you now systematically do it such that you are going to collect the information on this. After every 10 meters, you place the quadrat. So mine, I go along this. Say 5 meters, for example, is there. I place, check the way I'm placing this quadrat. The line transect should be perpendicular to the size, to the horizontal, should be perpendicular to the line transect. So you place it there, the quadrat. Once you place the quadrat, you do the same like you did in the random assessment, where now you pick all the plant species which are within here, and you note them through a checklist, and the same way you did with the frequency, density, and abundance. You can calculate. You can also use the plant cover so that you see the cover, how it has got done. That is one quadrat. Then from there you go another 10 meters. Another you place exactly 10 meters. Then you do the same. You collect the information from the same you collect it from the same quadrat within that vegetation cover. Measure, do all the other measurements. It is even advisable, especially when you are doing the ecological work. Soil factors are very important. Temperatures are very important because the lightness of that, because you may realize certain plants are not growing in a certain area because they are shaded. We can take a lot of information from that single quadrat. Because using that now, we can be able to use it. So we advise the students when they go to the field, do not just restrict yourself to only 2 factors. Collect as much information you can within that particular quadrat, because Once you go back to the lecture hall or for your analysis, you may realize you need to explain why a certain plant species is found in that quadrant and not found in the second quadrant or third quadrant. So in this case now you can have, like in this line transect, you can have 10 quadrants at an interval of 10. That will be like 100 meters now. Once you have done that, you shift again. Remember, you have a baseline which you must create depending on how it is. Baseline could be a road, it could be a gradient, it could be a riverine, it could be anything, an escarpment. So all those are baselines which you have to use. From there now you go another 10 meters or 20 meters or 100. You create another, you place another line transect. You now pick another, you place the contrast along that line. You continue again, pick information. So this one takes, for this one, it is known to take even more information because you are doing it along a larger area. And at the end of the day, you'll have really captured, you'll have appreciated the vegetation within that area of study. Because all we need is to capture. Remember, when you do this, the chances of you missing a plant here are minimal because you are, it's like random as well, although it is systematic in this one because you have created it. So you have to go in that line, pick, then change again, change this line transect, place your meter rule, or if you have a tape measure like this one, you use it and you go to another one. So these are different types of the two methods, but almost one, because in each one we are using the quadrant. And I've said you can use the quadrant to find as many species as possible. So that is what those are the two methods I wanted to explain. But before I conclude, I wanted to give you, someone give me that big plate. Hello. I told you why or how we decide to use this flame and not this. Remember, when you check this flame, assuming we have a smaller one like 3 meters, I mean 0.2, when you place it here, you pick all the plant species which are within here, note them. You realize that if you increase this size, you are going to get 10 more species which were not in the smaller species, in the smaller quadrant. If you use even this bigger one, you may realize that you get all species and no additional extra species which you could get from these ones. So you repeat the third one, you use the bigger type like twice, so that you see the vegetation you get is constant. But when you use the smaller one, you go in increasing until the curve labors up to becomes the top, so that now no more new species are being recognized and identified, and that is why we decide now this is the size of the quadrant I'm going to use. Otherwise, it is not, you just don't wake up and decide I'm going to use a 0.2, 0.3, 0.5. No, you decide with a methodology which is scientific and objective, but not just go and say I'm using 0.5. However, through practice, some of us who have done it, we have found that at least for grasslands like this one, 0.5 and 1 meter size quadrant is the most ideal. So you may not go for very big ones. Big ones, I said, we use them in the forest and the very serious herbs and shrubs. But for pure grassland like this one, you find that the smaller 0.5 and 1.5 quadrant is the best. So that is what we have for today. I think I don't have much now to say on that. The two methods, if there's any question, you can throw them via email. You can also WhatsApp me. You can, you know how you can reach me, because once you do that now, I'll be able to address your questions. Thank you so much. I want to thank Morris I want to thank Semoi, Dr. Mwangi, who are with me as we try to collect this information on vegetation analysis. Thank you so much.